Hello iPad letterers, it's so nice to see you. I very much hope that August has gone really well for you and you are ready to plan September. For today's Plan With Me video, I thought it would be very nice to do a back to school theme because I know that some of you are going back to school either as students or teachers, but also because my favorite digital bullet journaling app, which is Zinnia, has got so many new stickers and templates, and I think you are really going to like them. So yes, all the spreads we are going to create today are made in Zinnia from start to finish, so you won't need any other app to recreate these spreads. The page I'm working on here is going to be our cover page, and for the background I've used this really cool faded paper background, which you can find in the open book paper pack selection. The stamps I've used for the word September are from the label marker lettering stickers, and you'll notice I've placed them right in the center of the page. And then to make this page look a little bit more fun, I've also added a number of stickers from the organic textures selection. And the thing that has made me most happy this month when I was creating my journal was the discovery that it is now possible to change the color of some of the stickers. This makes me so happy. Although I have to admit that this has also added a significant amount of time to create the journal because I love playing with the colors of the stickers too much. When you're creating your cover page in Zinnia like this, definitely make sure that you're placing all the elements towards the center of the page, because as you will see in a second, only the middle part of this page is going to be visible on your cover. And then once you're happy with the design of the page, it's time to export it, and this is really easy. All you have to do is tap on Save Image to save a JPEG version of this file. And you see here they've also got other options. You can also share the image, you can export it as PDF, or you can print it as well, which is super handy, of course, if you want to create a class schedule or a family planner or anything that would be handy to have in a printed version. And now we can load the saved image as the cover page and give it a name, and I think it came out really nicely. All right, so now let's open up our journal, and now let's create some additional pages. I always find it easiest to create a base page with my paper background to have a consistent look and feel for all my journal pages. And now you can see that there is a whole new section of back to school templates and stickers. It's so nice. And also the reason why I'm using this faded paper background is because it really reminds me of my school books. I always used to wrap them in craft paper so that I could doodle on them, and this is the look I'm going for. This spread is going to be my monthly calendar, so I'm just going to add this tear out as a background for my calendar, and then also reduce the opacity a little bit so that the calendar is more visible. And then we are going to select the mini calendar September and add it to the page as well. I always like to have a monthly quote in my journal as well, and I found this really nice one here in the healthy reminders section. It says good habits, and it's definitely a very good reminder for me this month because I let my habits slip just a little bit last month. And then I'm also adding some more organic texture elements to this page. I really love the look of these, and of course now that it's possible to change colors, I think I'll be using them a lot for my journals. I'm not super strict with that color palette. I let my mood guide me when selecting the colors, but I'm trying to stick to a pastel-y, earthy palette. And then for some reason, I thought it would be fun to put a wax seal on the page as well. So I went to look for a sticker, and to my surprise, I found one. It looked a little bit bare, so I also looked for a stamp that I could place inside the seal. And of course, it needed a bit of a 3D look, and to achieve that, you can create a copy of the stamp and then change the colors to create this optical illusion. Place the dark copy at the bottom and then the light copy at the top. And now it looks really nice. And then on the other side of the page, I decided to create a list of events. This is mainly to track birthdays and invitations. And so I used another tear out sticker and reduced the opacity to make the background texture come through. I always like using washi tape, of course, and this is the perfect opportunity to use one of that crafty looking washi tapes here. And then I ended up decorating this page with all sorts of different shapes and textures, and also some little floral elements. And you'll notice one of the nice things about Zinnia as well is that you can arrange the elements differently depending on where you want them. So you can hide them them behind another element, and you can move them up and down the stack. And now let's highlight some of the most important dates for the month and then list them in our events section. You'll notice how I'm keeping this super simple. All I'm doing is creating some checkboxes, and then I'm going to start writing some of the events. I think this page looks really cute now, so we get to that satisfying feeling of flipping to a new page and start working on the weekly spread. In my last 2 months' journals, I've used a spread that I've made myself, but this month I'm going to use this super cute template, but with some modifications. You can now ungroup templates and then remove the parts you don't want and also add your own. So even if you think one of the templates might not quite work for you, think about how you could take it apart and then assemble it with different elements. I've decided to write week off with this super fun set of chalkboard letters. Yes, it takes a little bit of time to assemble the letters, but I really think it adds to the design and the mood of this planner page. Once you've got all the letters assembled, you can group them and change the color of the whole group at once. This is really super handy. So now I'm happy with the left-hand side, but there's a few labels on the right here that I don't need. So I'm just going to remove them. And since I already have quite a few things planned for the first week of August, I might as well start writing them all down. I absolutely adore the look of white ink on craft paper. So using the white color for my notes is definitely a no-brainer. So now when it comes to decorating my page, you'll see that I'm going just a little bit overboard, but I really like the look of these abstract shapes so much. It's not all bad if I find later on that they get into the way of my planning and journaling. I can just remove them again. And we are already on to the next page. This page is going to have my meal plan and shopping list. As I've mentioned before, I really need to get back into my healthy eating habits. So having a meal plan definitely helps. I'm going to only plan my dinners because I'm trying to only eat one meal a day. I have a green smoothie earlier in the day, but I don't really need to plan that because it's always the same. And then for the shopping list, I'm actually going to use this weekly meal plan template, but I'm going to ungroup all the elements and then get rid of the parts that I don't want. And then I'm only going to copy the shopping list part, and then I'm going to paste it back on the meal planning page. And then of course you can change the colors of your shopping list elements to make it match with the weekly meal plan elements. And then let's also add a washi tape. I'm using that crafty washi tape again as the background for my shopping list title. And of course we are going to add organic textures here as well. And you can be as generous as you want to be, of course. Make your page look beautiful and add all the elements that you like. The next page is going to be for my content ideas. I haven't done this before, so this is a new spread that I'm trying out. I'm also trying a different set of letters. I'm using the alpha stamps here instead of the chalkboard letters, just to see what they look like, and you might like these as well for your own journal. So we are going to arrange the letters on the page again, and then this is actually going to be quite simple. All I'm going to do here is create headings for lettering, planning, and painting, because these are the content types that I'm creating for you, and then I can use this to track my ideas and then to plan all the videos that I'm going to make for you. And on this note, please let me know if you have any ideas of content that you would like to see here on my channel. I'm always open for feedback, so don't be shy by suggesting anything that you would like to see. All right, and then because there's not really any checkboxes that we can select from the sticker packs, I decided to make my own. And in order to do that, I've created a new page and I set the background color to pink and also use the grid paper for this. And the reason why I'm doing this is so I can see the white ink marker. And now all I'm doing here is creating boxes with the white marker. So I'm creating 5 boxes in a row, and then I'm going to copy them and then paste them on my content ideas page. Next, we are going to write the label for each area of content that I would like to create. So it's going to be lettering, painting, and planning. And of course, if you don't like your own handwriting here, you might also use a font that's built into Zinnia. That's not a problem at all. I really like practicing my hand lettering a little bit. So I'm actually forcing myself to not use fonts, but to really practice my lettering and practice my handwriting. And then we can also use some of the brush stroke stickers to create some fun little backgrounds for our headers. And then on the next page, I'm going to create two different sections. On the left-hand side, I'm going to collect some ideas for me time. And then on the right-hand side, I'm going to create my gratitude journal. And for this month, I was thinking of just writing words every day. So every day I'll write one word to practice my gratitude. And then on the left-hand side, I'm going to collect some ideas, some fun things that I like to do for myself in my spare time. And since I still have my checkboxes in the clipboard, I might as well use them here for this page as well. They still look really, really cute, and I'm actually really happy with how this page came out. It looks really nice. I love that color scheme. The pink and the grays and the browns look super cute. So now we're just going to write ideas for September here. And now I'm going to record some activities that make me really happy. One of the things I really enjoy doing is actually watercolor painting, and that is not necessarily on the iPad, but I really enjoy watercolor painting with real brushes on real paper. And then I also want to do a little bit more hiking. And of course, playing Animal Crossing is always one of my favorite things to do. And so I'm just writing all the ideas that I have of things that I really enjoy doing in case I need a little bit of a break. And these are all the spreads for the month of September. Now, let's do a quick flip through so you can see everything we've created. I'm also super curious to find out which spread you like the most. Definitely leave a comment below to let me know. And then if you're curious to see other spreads I made, I'm going to bloop them up here for you so you can keep watching, and also to get some more ideas of what you could create yourself with the Zinnia app. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.